I'm sorry. I apologize for that.
Never mind, my dear. They'll come back. This is their home now, and everyone comes home sooner or later. And what about you? Are you far from home? Why don't you sit down for a while?
My accent. You can tell, can't you? Yes, I am far from home. Very far.
See? They aren't afraid of you anymore. They know you're with me. Where are you from, then?
I grew up in Petersburg, Russia, and ended up here. At the Interpol headquarters.
Ah, so you are a policewoman, or perhaps a detective. That must be hard work for a young girl far from home.
You think I'm alone? Why? I'm not.
Yes, girl, you are. If you weren't, why would you be wandering through this park and wasting time chatting with an old man? You look tired. Is something worrying you?
Does it show so much?
It's not easy to hide your real feelings.
You're probably right. Yes, I'm trying to find someone, but I'm really just running round in circles.
And why are you looking for him, if I may ask?
If I don't find him, my friend could be in real trouble. I'm looking for someone who identifies himself with the symbol of Pandora's box.
Would that help your friend? How symbolic. Do you know all that was left in it after the woes of the world had been unleashed? One thing. Hope.
It is interesting, but it won't help me much. Do you have any more advice?
Don't lose hope. Hephaestus forged Pandora's box for the gods, and he also had hope. He hoped to be received amongst the gods, despite his physical disability.
He was disabled. I didn't know that. That could help me.
See? Hope dies last.
Thank you so much. So Hephaestus made Pandora's box, despite his disability. He tried to please gods by this perfect piece, but they would still look down on him. I see it now. Hephaestus wasn't an ordinary blacksmith. He was an artist. That's why I didn't find his name in the database. He's someone who hasn't been hired to examine works of art before. I must do a database search among artists who have a physical disability.
See, Lara. In the end, you have discovered the secret of Pandora's box. What price are you willing to pay to look inside?
If my sixth sense is right, I must find Pandora now. See? The Hephaestus codename is no longer that mysterious, just like Pandora's box. Ostankovich will undoubtedly be interested in this.
Yes, Svetlova.
I found a forger in Portugal. His name is Diaz. If someone tries to sell the paintings, it's very likely that the buyer will contact him to have their authenticity certified.
Diaz? I've never heard of him, but any lead is good. Put a squeeze on him, find him and get some information out of him. And leave your badge at home, will you?
What? I am to pack my things and go to Lisbon? Unofficially? And how should I squeeze him? You know his type, he won't tell me anything. and having or not having a badge won't change it. Going there would be useless. You know full well this isn't the way to do things.
Listen to me closely now, Svetlova. When I want to know how Interpol conducts an investigation, I'll ask you. But we're doing it my way this time. And before you start protesting again, ask yourself whether you want to help your friend Max or not. And just between the two of us, I can help your career too.
I didn't become a policewoman to...
Enough. I've just offered to help your career. But if this conversation goes on further, I might change my mind, and then we can discuss how much it would harm you to refuse.
And if I find out, that will be the end of it. Okay? You'll leave Max alone, I'll go back, and we'll forget it.
Of course. If your man leads us to the painting, I'll take care of the rest.
Good. I'll take some time off and I'll get back to you once I know something.
Good. Don't disappoint me.
Can you hear the sad music play? The sad music that accompanies stories without happy endings. Stories like yours. Welcome to Lisbon, Lara. Welcome to the city of 7 hills.
Rua das Flores. According to the Interpol database, Diaz, alias Hephaestus, lives here. Unfortunately, it's not mentioned in what flat exactly. I'll have to figure it out by myself. I wonder what his face will look like when I have to hit him hard to get the information I need out of him. It won't be a pleasant encounter, I think. Hi. I'm interested in the guy called Diaz. Do you know him?
Epá, eles mesmo vêm. Nós temos de ter cuidado porque senão... Vem, tu tens que vir comigo porque senão... Eles vêm, eles estão cá, eles quase estão cá.
This won't be an easy conversation. Diaz! Aurelio Diaz!
Eles estão quase cá. Epá, eles estão quase cá.
No, this isn't the way. I can speak Russian, English and French. I've never had the time to learn Portuguese.
Não é tarde para sermos salvos, não é tarde.
Nothing. I should try the neighbors.
Eu fui iluminado. Consegui ver o caminho agora. Epá, mesmo. Mas você... Vem comigo, vem comigo. Vem comigo.
Quem é? És tu, Manel? Responde! Quem está aí, afinal?
It's Portuguese. I don't understand one word. I need somebody to help me out here.
Não é tarde para sermos salvos.
Bella
Não é
Donna Lara.
tarde.
What can an aged detective from the 3rd Department do for you? Or do you finally want to confess your undying love for me? Better late than never.
Unfortunately, not this time, Diego. I'll leave that for a more festive moment. Right now, I just need your help.
Hola, mi niña. What do you need?
Do you speak Portuguese by any chance? It's almost like Spanish, right? I need to get inside a house and I don't know how to ask them to open the door.
What sort of rogue makes such a beautiful lady wait in front of his house? But if this guy is really worth it, and I have to say that thought really breaks my heart, try saying, abra porta, por favor.
Thanks, Diego. I owe you a cup of coffee.
Coffee? Oh. Well, it's better than nothing, I suppose.
Sim?
Abra a porta, por favor?
Não percebi. Não pode repetir. Quem é?
Well, now I can just feel sorry that Diego is in Leon and not here at the moment. That shouldn't be such a big problem. I can call him again if he can help me here.
Senão, eles vêm. Eu estou-te a dizer que eles vêm.
See, let's go through it again. It is, abra a porta por favor.
Do you think you could arrange things?
What do you mean?
Can you do the talking? I really need to get inside.
Well, I don't
Não
really
é
have a
tarde
choice.
para sermos salvos. Não é tarde.
Outra vez? Sacanas dos putos! Quem está aí?
Desculpa,
Eu fui
minha
iluminado.
senhora.
Consegui ver o
Não
caminho
se
agora.
importa de
Epá,
abrir a
mesmo,
porta,
mas
por
você-
favor.
Vem comigo, vem comigo.
Esta
Vem
menina não
comigo.
fala português. E tem a filhota no prédio. Com a sua vizinha, que não abre a porta.
Ai, coitadinha, deve ser a porcalhona do segundo esquerdo, de certeza. Entre, menina, e vá buscar a sua filhinha, coitadinha.
The door
Eu fui
opened.
iluminado.
Thanks a
Consegui
lot.
ver o caminho agora.
You are
Epá,
wonderful.
mesmo, mas
No
você-
problem.
Vem comigo.
Don't forget about the
Vem
coffee.
comigo.
Flat number 6. I could run around the whole day looking at doors, but that wouldn't help. There are no names on the doors. I have to figure out what flat Diaz is living in. Nobody's answering. I have to find out in which flat Diaz lives somehow. I can't just knock at every door and hope. Excuse me, I'd like to ask...
Ai, que chatice, deixam-me em paz, vão-se embora. Então estou a dormir, não veem isso? Ai, esta juventude dois.
Extintor de fogo. An ordinary fire extinguisher, likely to be used to extinguish a fire. During the last training session, a colleague used one to smash open the window of his car to get his keys out. Quite an interesting way to use it. I have to do much more important things like finding out in which flat Diaz is living, instead of dragging around such a heavy thing and risk smashing the floor or the walls. The staircase leads to the next floor. Nobody's answering. I have to find out in which flat Diaz lives somehow. I can't just knock at every door and hope. They obviously don't feel the need to replace the bulbs around here. At least they swept the broken glass away. Nobody's answering. No, not again. It's the wrong apartment and the woman is upset enough already. Diaz's letterbox is here, flat number 6. There is a letter inside. I must get it. Maybe there's something interesting in it.
Ai, o fim está próximo. Nós temos que nos arrepender. os nossos pecados, porque senão eles vêm. Eu estou a dizer que eles vêm.
The hot sun works wonders. He sleeps like a baby. Hey, senor!
Estou na minha pausa. Pausa, porra!
Incredible! He fell asleep again. In this heat, doing such work, it must be difficult to survive without a crate of beer.
Fim está próximo. Nós temos que nos arrepender dos nossos pecados, porque senão eles vêm. Eu estou a dizer que eles vêm.
The compressor looks as if it sees as much work as the laborers around here. An ancient radio. Doesn't really work properly. It's really quiet, too. Maybe if it was a bit louder, even that hard-working man would wake up. He might even help me. If I turned it up a little bit, maybe I could wake that sleeping workman. I wouldn't put money on it, but perhaps he could help me. I can hear some music, but there's just too much interference. Seems like I caught something. Well, I guess you won't need this anymore. Good morning.
Ah, que surpresa! Falas português? Podes então explicar-me por que me acordaste? O que queres?
I didn't catch one word of what he said. It's useless. We don't understand each other. At least I can imagine he's annoyed his jackhammer is not working.
Fim está próximo. Nós temos que nos arrepender dos nossos pecados, porque senão eles vêm. Eu estou a dizer que eles vêm. Ai, oh rapariga! Tudo rabo de cavalo. Já que andas aí de um lado para o outro, podias ligar o gerador. O gerador é coisa grande de metal.
I think he wants me to start it up somehow. I don't know if he should be in charge of a jackhammer in his condition. Oh well. If I don't get it working, someone else will.
Fim está próximo. Nós temos que nos arrepender dos nossos pecados, porque senão eles vêm. Eu estou a dizer que eles vêm.
Vandals rule the world. These ones had at least some sense of art. I wonder how many years it will take before this ruin becomes a new building.
Não é tarde para sermos salvos. Não é tarde.
An old radio run by batteries. You turn it on with the same knob that controls the volume, and it usually doesn't tune into anything.
Eu fui iluminado. Consegui ver o caminho agora. Epá, mesmo. Mas você... Vem comigo. Vem comigo.
This is where taxis usually stand. Usually. Something stinks in there.
sermos salvos, não é tarde.
An old tool shed. It looks unlocked. An advert for the local taxi service. Got it. Saved in my cell phone now. The only thing that's left in the shed is a pair of tongs for handling metal. At least it's something. A bench with a wonderful view of a construction site. How romantic. A pile of local newspapers. If I could read Portuguese, I'd buy a copy. It doesn't seem anybody's there. Yeah, definitely closed. Various Portuguese newspapers, covered by a sheet of plastic. Hey, what do we have here? 5 euros. What country is this if their money ends up lying on the floor instead of being spent? Now what can I buy? Perhaps a concert flyer. Or something completely different. It's hard to say. I could buy a little something. 143, a chocolate bar. Looks good. Maybe there's something more delicious. 135, a lollipop. I love lollipops. As children, we ate them and then took the stick and stuck it into old Tereskova's doorbell. Children's mischief. 134, ordinary sweets. Boring. 291, a nut bar with chocolate. Don't like nuts. 138, some kind of gingerbread bar. Wouldn't like the weird taste for sure. 222, almonds. I don't like nuts too much. 141, chewing gum. I don't feel like that at the moment. The lollipop is a great idea, but this machine is becoming annoying. A raspberry lollipop on a long stick. An unwrapped lollipop. It smells great.
Oh, rapariga, qual é o problema? Carrega no botão. É só carregar no botão.
Just give me a second, you bad-tempered. It's on! No, please. The starter got knocked out again. I must fasten it somehow after switching it on. Is this a construction site or an illusion? The workers sleeping. The machines don't work. How is it possible that there actually are some houses? Now a moment of suspense. Here we go.
Pelo amor do Senhor, o que fazes? És tolinha. Não vês que não funciona?
There's pressure, but something's wrong. I see it now. He didn't connect the jackhammer to the right outlet.
Está a funcionar. Obrigado.
Good. Let's hope he can start work now. It will be a novel experience for him. Look at this. When he puts in some effort, he can do the job quite nicely.
O que estás a dizer?
I'd better leave the fire extinguisher right where it is. I have no reason to take it. Either he's not at home or he doesn't welcome visitors. Maybe the door is not locked. Locked, of course. Looks like I have to break in. This will surely help. Here we are. With the fire extinguisher, I can smash Diaz's door in.
Puta da merda! Ai, não acredito! Então aquele barulho todo da construção acabou há umas horas e agora vocês chegam aí e começam outra vez de novo a fazer barulho!
With the jackhammer making so much noise outside, nobody will hear a few blows on the door. Yuck, dank smell and a lot of mess. No trace of Diaz. Good. I can take a close look around and hopefully find some evidence. I should definitely find something here to fish out the letter from the letterbox. There must be something somewhere in here. A clue. A hint of where he's gone. Something. I can't return empty-handed now. This really is a perfect moment for a call from Philip. I really don't have time for you now. Call another time. Ideally after I'm dead. It's too dark in here to see the poster properly. Thank God he's evolved to the I can flush the toilet level. It's a pity he didn't make it to I know where to put the trash. Take the carpet. From this flat. No way. Take the carpet. From this flat? No way. Looking under the carpet seldom lets you down. I bet that if I searched all four corners, I'd find something interesting. There. Maybe you aren't so clever after all, Diaz. The rubbish bin is empty. From the look of this place, he never understood what it was for anyway. A knife, a dirty fork, a piece of tomato. That's it? This man was a master forger? I'm beginning to think that I made a mistake. They say, tell me what you read and I'll tell you who you are. Who are you, Diaz? A stamp album? I thought that stamp collectors were supposed to be tidy folk. Diaz is obviously an exception, an extraordinarily large one. I'm not really an expert on stamps, but maybe I could find something here. More stamps, and some tweezers. Ha! The tweezers could be helpful. Good to grab things when your fingers are too clumsy. This book is called 12 Historias Cortas. The number 5 is handwritten on it. Author Candy Bushcraft. Didn't she write some US TV series? That's a strange read for someone like Diaz. Number 2 is written on the spine. José de Mareas Rego. 40 años de arte. Who knows what that means? Anyway, 6 is written on the spine. Their Mind's Eye by Christoph Myers. I don't know this one. Diaz has added the number 1. 50 ways to cause back pain. And the number 7 added on the book's spine. I feel I could find something here. The note with the Roman numbers is surprising. What are those needed for? Who needs to calculate or write in Roman numbers? This chart must be important to Diaz, but I won't take it with me. I know these conversions by heart. All you have here is a piece of paper with a conversion table for Roman to Arabic numerals. What do you need the calculator for, I wonder? A collection of parking fines. It looks like Diaz drives about as well as he lives. It looks like Diaz has big trouble with his health. I can't bring myself to feel sorry for him. The table's overflowing with used dishes from unfinished meals. Together with newspapers and magazines, it makes an ideal working space. For a pig. Always the same girl on the posters, called Liv. To some extent, this male obsession is a mystery to me. This goes beyond measure, though. Far beyond it. No way. I'm not taking a poster with a half-naked woman out of a disgusting toilet. Always the same girl on the posters, called Liv. To some extent, this male obsession is a mystery to me. This goes beyond measure, though. Far beyond it.